So hello and welcome to another episode of Oblak Gaming. Today we are going to, as you can see here, we're getting close to the 2000 mark again. So we're going to have another look at where we are at the 2000. I'm also going to explain why this number, it I need to think about how we actually, or how I do this study, because I don't think it's going to work just on its own. I'll explain in a couple of minutes, but I had a non-registered global because I was hunting something else with a different gun, and I hit a big global. I mean big. I hit a 200 ped global. Now the problem is that probably incorporates some of the losses that I've made in the runs on this. Now it was on the bigger Sunjoqs, and I also got a gun. So I don't know. I got to rethink. I got to rethink how we do this, I think. But anyway, let me come back to that in a minute, because as I said, we're still 100 away. The other thing I am going to do today is I am going to look at the patch notes, and yeah, we're going to have a look at the patch notes, and we're going to see what we think of them. And I've done it before, and it's a big patch, so let's take a look at what they're saying. Okay, so I'm just going to drag part of this across. So what do we got? Let me move this up a little bit, and I'm going to do some. I'm going to keep killing in the background whilst we do this. All right, so first up, where we got that. So first up, we got the new beginner area. So I'm not going to comment much on this. I mean, it sounds like it's a really well developed new player area. I've seen a couple of comments so far from chat, and sounds like it's interesting. I'm going to go take a look, but obviously I'm going to finish this 2000, and then I'm going to fly over to Cali, and probably tomorrow take a look at the new player area and give my thoughts in a little bit more detail. So I'm not going to go over those too much, but yeah, new area there. So next is oil rig. So basically you can fly a bit closer, oil output's increased, no pets in the surrounding area, and you can't train creatures anymore. So okay, fine. Not really got too much to say about that. Orthos oil rig reactivated, same rules as Ashy with lower rewards. Remove robot spawns on the rig area, and creatures cannot be trained. So yeah, I did notice that. I did go to Ashy a couple of times and killed some of the robot spawn there, hoping to get some kind of oil reward, and just didn't. So the oil has been turned off, but I guess they've turned it back on again. So again, I may take a stroll over there and just take a look and see what the spawn is like. Yeah, I remember it being turned on at one point and people queuing up for it. But anyway, we'll take a look, and I'll give you my thoughts on that. But you know, it's a new player area. It's something that you can do for free. And I think anything you can do for free in this game has to be a bonus, because we've just lost all the guys who were doing the higher ped return for sweat all seem to have disappeared, unfortunately. It was against terms of service of Twitch. Not sure about Entropia itself, but I heard it was against the terms of service for Entropia as well. But anyway, kind of disappointed those went away, because that was really helpful for new players. But anyway, increased oil from the oil rigs. It's I guess it's better than nothing. So the gauntlet instance has been temporarily disabled, and the Vivo S10 has been moved to mission chain in Setesh. Fine. Moving the Vivo 10 is fine. I'm guessing they're going to have to come back with some new rewards for the gauntlet. So let's take a look at those when they land, and then we can redo the gauntlet with a new player or something, and try and make sure that it's not completely gotten nerfed and kaputted. Alright, so next we've got fixes. Creatures that are set to be instantly looted when killed are now looted even if the player is dead when the creature dies. Okay. I guess that means like in the new player area, if you do them more damage and somebody else finishes it off, you still get the kill even if you died. I don't know. I don't know the advantage of that or the disadvantage of that, so I guess we'll just have to go see. Known issues, performance issue on Setesh. Yeah, so they're going to have to do a second pass, I guess. The first time they've done it, it's not optimal, and we're getting a lot of lag or something. That doesn't sound fun, but anyway, we'll go take a look. No matter what, interested to see if the dailies are available in there or what dailies they do have in there. But anyway, we'll go across and we'll take a look. Um, when I was reading the initial developer notes on it, it was talking about creating a more new player friendly area. But then I was, you know, the downside to that is when they leave that new player area and enter the rest of the world, it's going to be kind of a culture shock. Because one, once you get out of that area, I think you're going to be burning more ped, and the game's just not as well developed outside of that new player area from what I understand. So even if you create a fantastic new player experience, you're kind of creating a false expectation for what the rest of the game is going to look like, and so therefore you're kind of conning people into that starter package because they think, oh yeah, this great, this game's awesome, gonna buy myself the starter package with the gun, bit of ammo, nice set of armor, and then you get out into the real world, and that, I mean, it is a good gun and it is good armor, but it's a very different game, I think. So we'll see. As I said, I'm going to go in there and take a look in a little bit. AI system update. So mission system enhancement. Introduce hand-in missions, allowing NPCs to request items in exchange for rewards. I don't know whether they're going to be items that are already dropping in the real world, or whether they're going to be Setesh only items. I'm guessing they're going to be Setesh only items, so that they can create kind of even a mini economy within that new player area, and they can create drops in that new player area and tailor those drops towards the rewards that are in that new player area, kind of to control the potential pet flow. That's what I'm guessing is happening. But again, need to get in there, need to play around, need to take a look. But I suspect that's what they're going to do. And then new daily mission givers, Trader Joel, Trader Joanna have been implemented, offering item for reward missions here. I'm guessing it's going to be creature drop for either oil or shrapnel or universal ammo or something. But anyway, we'll get in there and take a look at that. And then memory and AI model improvements. So what do we got? So the NPC memory system has undergone a significant rework, enhancing its efficiency and retaining information over time. This update facilitates the development of more comprehensive and enduring NPC memories regarding user interactions. And UI models have been upgraded for performance and capabilities. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I mean, when it says UI, it's basically an NPC that has a bit of a chat capability, kind of a chat bot with, giving out missions and allowing you to drop stuff in. So, not the most excited, but yeah, I mean, I guess it allows you to more long term actually build NPCs that understand your interactions with them and remember things. I mean, if they can implement it, fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, and I don't know how well it's going to actually be implemented. So we'll see. Again, don't really have too many more comments on it until we actually see it in action and see what they actually mean by it. So. Alright, so coming on to some of the user interface. So drag and drop no longer requires edit mode, and action bars can be locked or unlocked to avoid accidental dragging. Let's have a look. So if we go into here, I can drag this, drop it into slot 1, and there it is. I can drag this, drop it into slot 1. Okay, cool. Looks good. That's a lot. That's a more intuitive way of doing it for sure. and that's how most other games do it. So kind of about time we could do it here. Action bars can be individually locked and unlocked to avoid accidental dragging while not in edit mode. Okay, fine. I guess mine they start default locked. But yep, lock in and unlock in makes sense. Good to have it. Next we have Message Center. The Message Center window has received a comprehensive overhaul, addressed various minor bugs including incorrect icon rendering, deactivated tutorial displaying messages, and improper display of bid entries. Okay. Sure. I see absolutely no difference in this. Absolutely no difference at all. Okay. Yep, I see absolutely no difference. I don't know about you. Let me just drop my ad into Toulon chat. Yeah, I don't see any difference. Whatever. I mean, the colors have changed a little bit. Fantastic. I don't know what that actually means. So I guess either I'm not spotting it or it's subtle. So user list resolved bug preventing the display of offline timers for users. Okay. Is there an offline timer for users? The visual presentation of the user list window is consolidated for a cleaner appearance. Okay, so the user interface is this one. Okay, they've put them in blocks. Fine. Okay, it's a me. So let's turn this off. Let's go to the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't know what that's supposed to be. If that's supposed to be the timer for how long they've not been online, yeah, it ain't working still. Oh, but all of these are bugged and wrong. I don't get this. Yep, clearly not really working. Yep, bugged. Fine, it's not working. Needs a fix. I guess we're testers as usual. So I guess they'll take a look at that, realize it's not working, and we'll get a fix at some point. So yeah, no idea what that was supposed to be. So next, texturizer tool. I don't have one of those, so I guess yeah, can't check that. Chat system, chat colors have been resolved to their pre-UI update palette. Fine. Quest tracker, soft background has been added to the text in the quest tracker to enhance readability. Yeah, I can see that. Dark coloring over here makes it a bit easier to read. Fine. Don't care. Options menu, new miscellaneous option. Previously exclusive to the client launcher. Okay, so let's go take a look at that. So if we go to escape, options, and we have miscellaneous now. So in the miscellaneous we can change the language, we can send crash reports, and we can change the selected connection. Fine. Again, not sure how much that really changes anything. You still can't download the locations whilst you're in here, to my knowledge. Maybe you can from the map. Can you do it from the map? There is a pause button there. Start download. I guess we've got it already. Space is complete. Maybe you can select them up here and then download them up here. So maybe I'm talking out of turn there. Maybe you can do it. Okay. All right. So next, what do we have? Next up, we have known friend requests not working properly in Message Center. This will be patched. Oh, but at the same time as you patch everything in that friend's user interface, looks completely broken to me. So please fix everything because it looks all broken. Next up, we have vehicle updates. So place an enter action, a new vehicle action that spawns the vehicle at the player's position and automatically enters Access through inventory or by using vehicle in the hotbar. Okay, let me just take a look at that. So if I go to here and I get my vehicle, place and enter. Oh, it just goes immediately to my spot. Okay, fine. Alright, yep, no worries. Place and enter. Sounds good. I'm not sure that was a particular big requirement, but anyway. And then access through inventory, yep. So recall changes. The recall action now returns the vehicle to inventory whilst on the same planet. Added a new recall action that forces all vehicles to planet storage. Okay. I mean, that's fine. It's good that you can recall it, and it's good it'll go to your backpack rather than your storage if you want to put it there. So that's a good change. Automatic recall, so new option for automatically recalling vehicles to the inventory when they are far away. The distance is configurable by the player. Huh. So there must therefore, is that in actions? Let's take a look. And actions, Entropia exchange. Or I need to go check how much I got from my toggle interface. Da, da, da. So I guess, oops, didn't want to do that. Ugh. Action bar, action bar, action bar. Recall all vehicles. I don't see automatic recall there. The lock's there. That's cool. Let's go pick up that. And go back. So yeah, let's not mission log. I guess it may be from inventory now then. So if I go to here and not view information, details, character sheet still whatever. Still can't rotate it. That's horrible. I need to put my let me put my main gear back on. Yeah, I don't see it. I'll maybe take a look for that and see if, certainly not super easy user friendly. Let me see if I can figure out how to do the automatic recall to the inventory where the far away is configurable by the player. Yeah, it doesn't really say where. So next, automatic re-equip. If a tool was equipped when entering the vehicle, re-equipped on exiting, but disabled for PvP. So I don't know how it's going to know if we have PvP, but let's try this for a moment. So let's place and enter, and then that was interesting. I've got the gun back on. Okay, but I was able to continue shooting it from the vehicle. If I was in combat, does that mean if I'm in combat I can continue to shoot from the vehicle? No. Okay, anyway, I guess I did that wrong. But anyway, so fine, it just means you come out equipped. That's a good thing. It means you don't have to take the time to equip everything and shoot. And then map, nearby owned vehicles now appear as a floating marker. Okay, so let's drop my vehicle again. And don't see a marker on the map here. Obviously I can see it here, but I could always see it there. Am I just not far enough away? View areas, view homes. Interesting. Vehicle. There we go. Okay, so it's there now. And it'll tell me which one it is. Fine. Sure. Let me just pick it up by hitting there. To inventory. Picked it up. Did it go to my inventory? It did. Alright. Great. So if you hit on the slash, it still picks up, puts it in your inventory, so that's all good. That's working, it's not broken. I guess we've got to check everything if we're doing testing for MindArc. So next up, that's it. So we got through the patch notes there. As I said, the dev blog is quite interesting. You know, it talks about the new zone, shows you the new area. It looks really fancy. I'm definitely going to go over there. But just my one concern is maybe there's too much, and it sets the wrong expectations for the rest of the game. But maybe the rest of the game is going to reset our expectations once we get into the new Unreal Engine. Who knows? Maybe it will become more of an MMO and have more of an RPG element to it. I don't know. I can't imagine that it will. But maybe they'll put more daily quests in. Maybe they'll put more... maybe just more daily quests and more rewards for daily quests. That would be really good. Give you more to do on a daily basis. I mean, there's a lot to do, but it's incredibly repetitive and grindy. So any kind of story progression that wasn't like kill 1 billion of these would be definitely a step in the right direction. Anyway, let's see what they have in mind, because as I said, the new player is going to be coming in, seeing this world, and then coming into the main world and going, what the actual F? So anyway, let's stop at that one. But yeah, I mean, if you want to take a quick look, yeah, I mean, they're looking to improve the setish thing, but it's like, okay, can we improve the rest of the game, please? But anyway, I'm interested to see how that affects people, whether they stay in that setish zone for a long time, or whether they get out into the real world, and how it affects the Icarus experience, or whether they get rid of Icarus. And I just don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'm going to fly over there once I've done this. Anyway, we're at 1951. I do plan to get to 250 and then do another review. But as I said earlier, so basically what I've been doing is I've been doing these 3 quests every day for the last, 8 days now. And that's obviously going to get me to 2,000. I've killed a few over the top. As you can see, I'm going to get there approximately 50 early, which I did last time as well. Because sometimes I just keep going a bit, but I was trying to restrict it. But then I was doing other things. So, I mean, I've been doing things like the Kuhoff instance, and actually what I did a couple of days ago, was I needed more. So I was on my last Malood, right? So I was on my last one of these. So I thought, they're not dropping, and I need one to drop. So I went over to the level 4 to 11s, over by the snowy mountain area thing. And I equipped my bigger guns. So I equipped my ISIS. I mean, it's still not a bad... it's not a bad little... it's a 60% efficiency gun, and I think that's without the amp on it. With the 33B amp, which is the one that it uses, goes up to like a 67, right? And then I'm using accuracy enhancers on it. So yeah, I mean, it's not a bad gun, And basically, I equipped that, and I was blasting away, doing, basically just trying to pull another couple of guns, and I hit a 200 ped global. Now, if you look here, this 89 here, this is basically a minus 80, right? The last one I was at like 100%, and even the one before that, what was I at? Let me just quickly open the. Excuse me. Let me open the hunt log for a second. So I got my two screens set up here. I'll show you around the place at some point, but I need to tidy it up first. So yeah, the first one I was at like 90%, 88 without markup, 90 with markup. And it looks like I'm going to land somewhere around that 90 with markup again, which is a little bit disappointing. But as I said, I did actually hit a global on different mobs in between. And nobody knows how the loot system in this game works, but ultimately over time you're expecting to get a certain return. So the fact that I got a big global on some other mobs probably means I should expect to be getting less on these ones. And that got me to thinking, because it's not like I guess it's not a mob loot pool, it's a personal loot pool. And again, nobody knows for sure how this works, but my understanding, my guess is it's like a personal loot pool. And as you're playing the game, you've got your setup. You should be getting a certain reward based on your setup. And then as you switch between guns, or is that my? Let's go on to 3. If you switch between guns or you switch between setups, the game kind of has an idea of how much you've put in and how much it should return to you. And over time, you're probably getting to the point where you should be hitting that amount. So by switching mobs after I do the 250, it's affecting the loot pool on these mobs. So it means the returns that you're seeing here are not necessarily accurately represented, because if I'd kept going, I would maybe have gotten a global or even 2 off of these mobs. So I don't know. I guess the experiment is just simply not useful again. Yeah, I guess the experiment's not useful, because I'm fighting other mobs as well. So I would have to purely dedicate to only taking on Sunjoqs, not doing any crafting, not doing any hunting, not doing any mining, outside of just hunting Sunjoqs. And I'm just not sure I want to do that. It would be so much better if you could have like a second character. If I could do this on a second character, it'd be so much easier, because you could isolate that character's loot pool, run the loot tracker just with that character. But unfortunately, you can't. It's against the policy. So yeah. I mean, the only way I could do it is if I asked my wife to do it, but she probably wouldn't want to do that either. One, because she's not playing every day. She actually doesn't play very often at all. And therefore the results just wouldn't come in quick enough to be of any use to any of us. So I don't know what to do. Do you think it is useful for me to carry on doing this kind of thing, and just, what I might do is run a secondary, because I have 2 loot trackers, right? I have Tally and Loot Nally on my machine. Maybe I run one of them for all loot, and I run the other one for just Sunjoq loot, and we take a look at both of them, not just the Sunjoq loot in isolation. I don't know. I got to think about it. Because right now the reality is this is not, it's not an accurate representation of my total loot return. because I got a big global, and that obviously affects the overall loot pool, and it's clearly doing something to this up here. So let me think about that one, and I'll get back. So I'm gonna put you on hold for a minute. I've got to blast through another what 80 kills, and I'm not going to just have you sitting here and waiting for me to do 80 kills. As much as I need the watch time, I'm not going to put you through that pain. So I'm going to stick this on hold for a second, and then once I get closer to the total kills, I will grab you back in, and let's take a look at where we are. So for you, it will be a matter of moments. For me, it'll probably be another 15-20 minutes. So speak to you soon. Okay, so we're back again. I'm going to leave it at 2024. It's a spend of 904, return of 801. I'm going to do my last few kills on some higher level ones, just because I really want to drop a few more guns. Try and get some return on the guns. But I mean, it really is not... I mean, I'd need to add them both together, I guess, to get something. But let me drop Loot Nanny in. So as you can see, we got Shrapnel, which is typically 101, Muscle Oil, which is 1.05, Residue, which is a straight 100, Sunjoq's about 101, 102, and most of this armor stuff is just basically fodder for the trade terminal, or effectively converting to nanocubes for me. Same with the Schleb. I did hit one on Real Token, which adds maybe 12 to this, so makes it 813 return, so it does put it over, maybe over 90%. But yeah, all in all, not a great hunting session, except, as I said, I took a break from hunting these things, hit the pause, and went in with a bigger gun, and yeah, I got the nice global, which helps pay for this difference here. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I guess I need to do just straight Sunjoq hunting only, but I don't know whether I've got that in me. So I'm gonna just quickly here set up. So I need to drop the enhancers from here and drop them onto this. 1, 2, 3, and then I need to drop the attachments from this. The other reason I stopped doing it is because the Armageddon was almost done. So these are pretty low. So I'm just going to throw all that on and just go and kill a few of these with the... Oops, I didn't equip it. So what I can do is just drag that into the number 2 slot there, and then press 2 and go equip it. Right, so I'm just going to take a few of these. I actually don't have a tracker set up for this one because it's normally Loot Nanny. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. I normally do it on Loot Nanny. Oh, somebody's been running around here dropping some sham. Well, that went down really quick. Which was that? A level 4 one? That's a level 9. That'll be a little bit better. I mean, actually, the armor is a little bit lightweight for these ones, so I need to take them out before they get to me, really. Yeah, as you see, just even that one hit was kind of enough to do a bit of damage. But if I get a decent couple of hits on them, they go down pretty quick. So I'm just going to continue. As I say, I'm just going to get to the 250 on this, and if something interesting happens, I will let you guys know. But I'm just going to keep plugging away, get to the 250 kills, and then I'm going to call it and head back to Calypso to take a look at that new starter area that I was talking about earlier. So going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. I may do another 2000. I will let you know if I decide to do another 2000. And obviously if I do, I will share the results with you. But I think if I do it, I need to just purely do 2000 without switching to any other mobs and any other guns, because clearly it is skewing the data. Okay, so have a good one, and I will, if you like this kind of video, please do like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. You know, what do you think the loot pool is? Am I skewing it by doing other things? Do you agree with that assessment? Is that how you understand how it works? And is it worth continuing to do something? You know, would you guys really like me to just dedicate to? I mean, I can just straight up do 2,000 kills and see where we end up, without doing anything else. Because I guess that's the only way really to know. It'd be a long day, but I'd do it for you guys. I would do it. So if you want to see it, please let me know. And if any of you actually want to have a go as well, maybe it's something I can help you with, because obviously we'd need to set up some kind of parameters to track the actual returns and how to stack them, because it'd also be based on different loot levels, which is another variable to throw into the mix. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video soon. Thanks for watching. And I think that's probably a nice little screenshot there. But yeah, I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.